Okay, so let's continue with our coding exercise series. And in this video, we will solve the next problem, which is picking numbers. One of the problems on the HackerRank, and this is also the easy category question. So let's go through the question. Given an array of integers, so you have some arrays given which contains integers. Find the longest sub-array where the absolute difference between any two elements is less than or equal to 1. They said like where the absolute difference between any two elements is less than or equal to 1. So as an example, so you have this array. So what will be the two what are all or the sub arrays? There could be so many sub arrays, but if you create 1 1 2 2, you can pick any two number, and if you take the difference, it will be either 1 or either 0. And this is another sub array, and if you subtract any number like 4 minus 5, 5 minus 4, 5 minus 5, 4 minus 4, it will be either 0 or either 1, and you have to take the absolute difference. So you can't say no, I am subtracting 4 minus 5 and it is giving minus 1. No, we have to take the absolute difference. And so once you find those, then you have to find the maximum length. Okay, so this array has 4 length, this array has 5 length, so you have to return the 5 length. There is a small mistake in this question. Here it is mentioned sub-array. So sub-array is only the contiguous array. So by looking at this example, you can say it is a sub-array problem 1 1 2 2 because this is a continuous sub-array, and 4 4 5 5 5. This is also continuous sub-array. But if you see the another example, so as an example, you have an array 4 6 5 3 3 1. So in the output, the length is 3, and what are all those three elements? 4 3 3. So 4 is here, 3 is here, 3 is here. All right, and if you take the difference, it will be either 0 or either 1 of any two elements. But this is not a sub-array, right? So because sub-array is only the contiguous number. So that's why, like, if you go to the discussion tab now, so somewhere a person has commented as well. A sub-array is an array is a contiguous part of segment, and they could have phrased this question better. So basically, it is a problem of subsequence kind of thing, not a sub-array. All right. Then how you are going to solve this problem? So uh, we have figured it out. 1 1 2 2 4 4 5 5. So maximum length is 5. Okay. And the second example, 4 6 5 3 3 1. So if you take these three elements 4 6 5, then and 6 minus 4 will be 2, so you can't put all these three elements. So one array will be graded as 4 3 3, and because if you take any two differences, it will be either 0 or either 1. Similarly, 1 2 2 3 1 2. So there will be one array 1 2 2 1 2, because if you take any difference, and it will become 0 or 1. So it looks the difference will be either 0 or either 1, right? Not looks, but it is mentioned in the question. So when the difference will be either 0 or 1, when the particular array, or you are creating the array, particular array contains just a number greater than 1, not greater than 1. Let's, as an example, if it contains 3, the next number should be 4 or either 3. If it is contains 1, the other elements either 1 or 2. Similarly, if it contains 4, the other element either 4 or either 5. If it contains 1, the other element can be either 1 or either 2. Because if you are going to put 3, 3 minus 2 could be 1, but 3 minus 1 will be 2. We want the difference between any two element should be less than or equal to 1. So how you are going to solve this problem? So to solve this problem, what we will do is, because we know, like, one approach is we will scan all the elements. Okay, we will pick the number 1, and then like you have to take some nested for loops, right? Because if you start from number 1, and then you will check, okay, uh, how many numbers are in the remaining array which contains either 1 or either 2, because we know we have to create an array where the difference is either 0 or either 1. So if you if you if you create some array one, the remaining number should be either one or either two. Right. So one approach is you will scan this array and you will find, okay, I found one, I can put one. I found two, I can put two. I found two, I put two. I found four, I can't put four. I found four, five, ignore. So one array and we can find the length, and length is four. Right. Then you will go with the another element one, and one is already seen. You can ignore that. Then you will check with the two, because let's suppose if you have three as well. So let's suppose if you have three, then you have to check for two as well, right? So then you will check with two, then you will create some another array. So one approach is this. The other approach is, because like if you create a dictionary, and because one come two times, two comes two times, four comes two times, five comes five, basically come three times. Five come three times. So now if I, because if I am going to scan this array, then I have to keep the track of those element as well, whether which I have seen or not. Because if I scan one, right? If I scan one and if I take 1 second, so 1 second, if I take one, right, and then I am going to check the remaining element. The remaining element either should be same or either just greater, like the difference will be one. So one, because one minus one zero. Two, I can put two, because two minus one one. I can also put two. So you did that. But now if you are again going to check for the another element, so another second element is one. Again you are going to do the same thing. And but in this case you are checking for one, and if you go straight forward, you are just going to put two. You are missing one. All right, and unnecessary when you are already check one. One is already included in this. Then why are you checking again one? So one approach is you will create some set of scene array, or other approach is you can create dictionary. Because if I create a dictionary, because I know if I am putting those element, uh, like I am normally check, because one is come two times, two is come two times, four is come two times, five is come three times. I can normally check. Okay, I pick one. Do you have two in, like in the dictionary or not? uh, because in this array, in array I can't directly search for either one or two. I have to scan all the elements. All right. But in the dictionary I can directly do the lookup using o of one. So we'll just by consuming a little space, my time complexity will be saved. Because if I pick one in the dictionary, I will check, okay, do I have two? If I have two, how many number of two we have? So I saw that I can just normally add that. Then I will check, do we have one? Yes. Do we have one? How many number of one I have? So two plus two, four. Right. So two plus two, four. So we have four elements. Then I can check two. Do we have a three? No. Then I check four. Do we have five? Yes. How many five we have? Three. Three plus two, five. So here 5 as well. So the maximum length is 5. So the output will be 5. So dictionary will be much easier. So let's try to solve that. So first we need to create a dictionary, which is simple. From collections, import default dict. All right. So for I in A is an array, and frequency of I plus 1, frequency of I. Okay, I have to define the frequency, which is a default dict, and it will contain integers. So I have created a dictionary. So I have created a dictionary. So this dictionary has been created. Now I will just normally, and I have to return the integer max length. So I can take max length in starting 0. Now I can simply loop over the dictionary or key comma value in frequency dot items. And I can normally loop over the dictionary and what I have to return. So one second, leave the return. Okay, now I have to. So first key is one. So one array could be one comma one as well, right? So this is also one of the array, and also one array could be one comma one comma two comma two. All right, so this is also like one of the array. So what I will do is, so I will check whatever the key is one, whether the key plus one exists or not. If it is exist, just add the number of elements. Just add the number of elements. Along with that, whatever the key I am picking, I need to add that number of elements that as well. So I have to pick that as well. If key plus one exists, that is two exists, then I will add both two plus two. If this two doesn't exist, let's suppose if two doesn't exist, then I will just create just simple array one one, that is the length is two. If key plus one, that is two exist, or you can check key minus one, doesn't matter, but you can't check both key plus one and key minus one, because if you are going to check key plus one and key minus one, then if minus one also exists, then it will create an issue, because 2 and minus 1, the difference is not minus 1. All right, so either you will check plus 1 or either you will check minus 1, because anyhow, because the other element is going to check the same. Okay, so I pick 1. I have picked the key 1. Now what I will do is, let's calculate the length. What will be the length of the array? So if I pick key, so that key will definitely come the part of that array. So key, sorry, frequency of key, right? So that will definitely the part of the array, plus maybe two exist or maybe doesn't exist. So what I will do is frequency dot get, I will check key plus one, and if it doesn't exist, I will just normally return zero. All right, so frequency dot get, basically I am checking for the next element, key plus one, because the difference should be either zero or either should be one. Then I am checking for the next element, whether the two exist or not. If it is exist, just return how many number it exists. Like there are two elements, so 2 plus 2, 4. If it doesn't exist, just return 0. It means I have only single array, that is 1, 1. If it is exist, then it will create a total array of length 4. So I got the length 4. Then what will be the max length? Max length will be max of max length and comma length, and then in final we will return max length. All right, that's it. So let's figure it out. So we will check for one. Sorry, we are, because we are looping over the dictionary, so we will check for one, and in frequency of key 2, and key plus 1 also exists, so 2 plus 2, 4. So max length will be 4. Then I am checking for 2. Right, frequency of 2, 2. Does 3 exist? No. So one array will be 2, 2, which is less than 4. So max length still 4. Then I am picking the 4. Frequency of 4, 2. So 2 plus. Then I am checking whether 5 exists. So 5 exists. What is the frequency of 5? 3. 2 plus 3, 5. Uh, will it greater than the earlier max length? So earlier max length is 4. Yes, it is greater than the earlier max length. So new max length is 5. Now check for 5. So the new, frequency of 5 is 3. And do we have 6? No. So it will return 0. So 3. So only array, only this sub array 3 of 3 length. So is it greater than the previous max length? No. So the maximum length is 5. All right, because we don't need to return the array. We just need to return the maximum length. So maximum length is 5. So let's try to run the code. So sample cases has been run past. Let's try to run all the test cases. So all the test cases has been passed. So let's try to figure it out. The another example. So if you create a dictionary, so how many times one will come? One will come two times, and two will come two will come three times, and three will come one time. Three will come one time. Okay. We will go through the dictionary. Okay, we have one. So one array could be one comma one. All right, one array could be one comma one. But we will check whether more elements can come into this array or not, and what all other elements can come. Uh, Only two can come into this. Because why we are checking just plus one? Why we are not checking minus one? Because when we you can check for the minus one as well. Then when you check for the two, you will check for the minus one, then the one will automatically get included. And if you check for the plus one, then the two is included. And in case of two, three will be included. So either you will check for plus one, either you will check for the minus one, doesn't matter, but you have to check either. All right. So this is the dictionary. So this is a dictionary. Now we are going to loop over the dictionary. So one has length two. So two. Okay. Uh, do we have key plus one? Key is one. Do we have two in the dictionary? Yes. How many frequency? Two plus three, five. So maximum length is five. Okay. Then I will check for the two. So two, how many elements of two? Three. Do we have three? Yes, we have three as well. And what is the length? What is the length? Only one. Three plus one is equal to four. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. All right, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Is it greater than the 5? No. So still the maximum length is 5. Then check for the next element 3. We have only one element 1. Do we have the 4? That is key plus 1, 4. No, we don't have the 4. So only one element, that is 1, which is less than the 5. So maximum length is still 5. Let's go for the another element. If we create a dictionary, the dictionary will be something like a 4 will be uh, only 1, 6 will be also 1, 6 also 1, 5 also 1, 3 also 2. So like basically it's more or less same only. All right, so hopefully you understand the question. The question is little bit not well structured, because here it is mentioned sub array, and but if you just look the first example, you will consider it as a sub array. But if you go to the another example, you see it's not a sub array 433. So it means either the questions are wrong, either the examples are wrong, but examples are correct. The question, maybe they have to mention subsequence kind of thing. So that's it. That's the end of the video, and thank you.